Amos, Shabbos, very important one, preparing us for Passover, for Messiah. An interesting verse in the Torah which tells us, החודש הזה לכם ראש חודשים, ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. This month shall mark for you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first of the months of the year for you. Very famous, as this should be really the beginning of the Torah. The story of the Torah about creation, about all what happened, is only to prove that God is the master of the world and everything depends on Him. Yeah. And He decides when they're to give the land to Israel or not. So, very important verse also is written that the Gematria of this word, החודש שלכם, is son of David, Mashiach ben David. So, lot of indication for the importance of this month, which is really preparing us for Passover. But there is another interpretation to this verse. In Hebrew, Chodesh is like Chadash, like renewal. So here comes what the Gemara says, Rabbi Achia B'Shem Aviz Chamar. It is Psikta, really, not the Gemara. It's really better to say homiletic, Medrash, Psikta de Rav Kana. And this is what is written here. Chadshu ma'asechem, renew your deeds, your action, because the head and the first will come against you. Who is the first and who is the head? So our rabbis tell us about the head. We know in Daniel, it's written in Daniel, that Babylon were the head of gold. You know, the statute which Nebuchadnezzar saw in the dream and the interpretation of Daniel, and the head was in gold, and this represents the Babylonians. Person Babylonians today are connected with Ishmael, really. The heir with Ishmael. Then Rishon, about whom is written the first one about Esau, Edom. Yeah. So, what is written here, renew your action, because the head, the Arabs today, as we said, and the first and Edom will come against you. No, we see, it is happening. So what the renewal does for it. So our rabbis gave us amazing explanation, an important one, and a basic one, which says that Jews got the power of renewal. We can see it. Yeah. After the Holocaust, people thought that with the Holocaust, it's no more Jewish nation is finished. No more. Suddenly, growing and growing more and more. That's God. And this is why the Jews are compared to moon. Yeah? You know that the moon is a symbol of Jews, while the sun is a symbol of the Gentiles. What happened to the moon? No, sometimes it lights beautifully in the middle of the month, maybe months like moon, but in the middle of the month, shining beautifully, but in the beginning or the end, hardly you can see the moon, darkness. This is also with Jewish people, you know, unfortunately, darkness, difficult time, like see today in Israel, fighting, rift, frightening situation, darkness, yeah. So, who knows what will be? People are afraid, the end of Israel. But, no, like the moon, it will be renewal. So, Jews got the power to renew themselves. And this is what you can see so many times, pogroms and so on. They thought like other nations will disappear from the world. No, Baruch Hashem, growing more and more. And more come to religion back. So, this is the power which Jews got, the power of renewal. So what is the idea behind? Why when Jews renew themselves, then they are somehow against the renewal of the nations against you? It's a very interesting and very important basis idea, which says that when Jews don't use the power which they got from God to renew themselves by fulfilling Torah mitzvot, doing good deeds and so on, so the power of renewal goes to the Gentiles, to the nation. And this is what you can see when Jews are not fulfilling Torah mitzvot, not keeping Torah, don't renew themselves in Judaism, Torah and so on. So you see what is going today, Biden, Europe, all this, always new decrees against Israel, against the reformer, against this. What is their business? What they want is Israel, such a small country like the game reserve in South Africa. That we said, because Israel lacks the brain, according to Kabbalah, they are the brain and the heart of the world. The world depends on Israel. So this is a Sabbath of renewal. So therefore, this is Sabbath which is very, very critical to Israel. It can be, if they don't use the power of renewal, there is a great danger, a threat of war, fighting. Now, the Ramadan is coming, and who knows what will be. Not simple at all. That this situation in Israel, that sometimes the army have to go and to destroy these terrorists and so on. It is also like a war. So what you have in this table, unbelievable. So you have here the word Shabbat HaChodesh, the Sabbath of renewal of the month. This is a continuation, which is really the truth, but this is the main part of it. Now what we have here? So we have here Messiah. Now very interesting that in Aramaic they use the word for coming, Yeti. Yeti v'loachmine, Yeti, will come. Amazing. There might be a reason why to use Aramaic word, but this is often we find in the Talmud, in the tractates and the dreams, so on, Yeti v'lo, so some say, let him come, but I'm afraid of the situation before. But here you have exactly this expression, which says, Yete, Messiah Yete, will come. Right? But who is the Messiah? Son of Jesse. Amazing. But from the other side, if Jews will not renew themselves, will not do tshuva. You see tshuva written there. Minimal, very small skip, returning, repentance. Yes, because this is always the condition for Messiah. Right? So, what is written there? Messiah will come. If you Jews will do tshuva, you will keep the Torah when you renew yourself. This is the Sabbath of renewal. It means Jews should start now, because this is a starting point for Jews. So, this is like the warning. Renew yourself and do tshuva, then you will have Son of Jesse, then Messiah will come. But from the other side, this is frightening. You have parallel here, the word iyum milchama. There is a threat of war. And this is exactly what the Hamas says and what Iran says. Now more and more, apparently they feel that Israel now, all this situation in Israel, is very shaky. No, pilots will not fight, and some great officers will not fight. So who knows, maybe Iran will take the opportunity to attack Israel now, and they really threaten this. So it's not a simple situation at all. So this Sabbath HaChodesh, it simply means the Sabbath of the month. It is Sabbath of renewal. So if the Jews will renew themselves, repent, will keep the Torah, then Messiah will come. So this is really interpretation of this very interesting message. Chashua Masachem, renew your action, because the Arabs, Babel represents the Arabs, and Edom and the European state will come against you, make you troubles. Yeah, amazing, exactly what is going today. So, very interesting, significant table. You can see it's really in a small area. And coming here, Shabbat HaChodesh. In fact, the continuation is the truth of Shabbat HaChodesh. And then comes Messiah. It's very interesting that this expression, Yaiti, is very common, somehow. Yeah, in Aramaic, Messiah will come, and if Jews will do tshuva, will renew themselves, because by tshuva to do repentance, you renew yourself. And if not, it's a big threat of war. Yeah, you can see now more and more the Iranian threaten Israel, and the Ramadan is not at all simple time. We are entering very, very difficult time. in Israel itself, all this fighting, civil, it is like a civil war, people, no doubt. And this is very, 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 very dangerous situation. So let us hope that this Shabbos, Jews will really renew themselves, will realize what Jews are, will do tshuva, and then we will not be afraid from all these new decrees from time to time, Biden and all this Europe and other countries. Yeah, because we are not renew ourselves in the Torah. Lapid, yeah, and Lieberman, all this against the Torah, against the Shabbos and so on. So how can we fight against our enemies? So interesting and significant table. And there are also words here which I did not emphasize. Like you have the word Goel, yeah, redemption, and you have all the, all the Torah is letter after letter. You see, the Bnei Israel. You see, the Messiah will come Livnei Israel, to the children of Israel. Yeah, I did not emphasize it, but if you see here clearly, Livnei Israel, the Shin is the word Israel, he will come, but when Jews will do Shuvah. So, as I said, very important message in this table, and also I always mention that this really program, Bible code is already 800 years ago, we said Rabbeinu Bachya used it for the birth of the moon, but he says that much more important when it's best meeting, when it's minimal, and so on. And this is what we have in our tables. You see, Shuvah, very small skip, together with the month, Sabbath HaChodesh, and Messiah will come, yeah. So, let us have a very important, significant Shabbos. As I said, a very, very important one in Jewish history and in our time now.